You know, for these teams who are sort of chilling here, just at the end of Hydro 16, if zone pulls across the dam, you know, you gotta start thinking, hey, what are we gonna do here? Because it does get very difficult. I think it is always exciting for a caster, even for a viewer, when you have these crazy sort of elevation changes. It seems like things won't go that way because 50-50 zone will pull towards the southwest. So that Hydro 16 team, or the Hydro 16 teams, however, will be fortunate. At the moment, they are far, far, far from it. And actually, they need to be careful because there's a fight breaking out behind them, and Mawaka's team is going to be the one getting involved with that. And now it's actually just Mawaka left. His teammates are both fallen. And so it's going to be up to him to try and play this out now as a solo, but it's going to be incredibly difficult because players who are closer to that zone are sort of holding him in. And he's actually found his way into a little cheeky start here, which is going to be really nice. He's going to be able to save some materials here. But at what cost, right? He's lost his teammates now.
Absolutely. Maybe even find some eliminations too, as he's secured a knock. They do have quite a bit of eliminations as a trio, but now Mawaka's gonna have to do something insane to get a refresh, which will allow him to stay alive for long enough. But in the meantime, we do have a trio that has secured the high ground, but also Traves here getting a little bit of nice angles. Also a solo with only 9 builds to his name, so has to make a play here, has to find an angle to get that refresh, and this could be it. Secures an elimination, but now has to build to not get eliminated. Gonna try and pop a medkit, but will not have enough time. Gets an insane pump shot on Psycho Male, though, securing the elimination, refreshing a bit of materials, and we'll be able to get another one. 32, it's not enough. One more shot, but Holy takes him down. Now Risker and PSI with Brassa as well on the high ground. Levin, this could be their match.
Yeah, they've sort of been able to hold height here, and they've done it rather well. And then Crazy sort of, you know, a really nice pop-off there that we saw earlier. Can we sort of see that replicated here? Stitchy, this trio going to be looking to play towards that front side of the zone. You can see the elevation change there when things start to get a bit sticky. They've got to be careful, though, because they haven't got control of that front side. Stitchy's just decided to hold on for a second and heal. You can see him looking up towards height, looking for maybe an opportunity to get that harpoon play. He has that harpoon, and he does get it. He drops the players down, and great stuff here from him. He picks up one knock, and he gets the second as well. Absolutely fantastic from Stitchy. That's going to be incredibly useful going forward. They needed those mats. And I say he's so exciting. I say I'm excited, but one of the teammates does go down in the process. Isn't the end of the world, though. We've seen some crazy pop-offs already, and playing towards this backside of the zone, they will have their eyes on some lurking players, and they pick one up. Statty goes down. Some great shots being hit here from Stitch. He's, you know, got his team on his back essentially at the moment. But for how long can he do this?
Absolutely. Stitchy is playing it phenomenally, just getting impact after impact, refreshing the materials for his team. But now I believe he's left as a solo. But with that confidence from those eliminations, I can see Stitchy securing a bit more here. Does have 3, but currently looking for a bit more here. Only 9 builds, so has to be careful, but he can actually reuse one of his tarps here, so he doesn't have to use that many materials. Does have 8 still to work with, just waiting for an angle. Finds an opponent below. Will he be able to connect the shot needed to get that elimination? Gets it with the harpoon and gets the elimination. Beautifully played, refreshing materials once again. Now has 4. Great position. Also gets the knock on Stealer. Absolutely incredible from Stitchy.
Who is this guy? You know, he's actually just waltzed in here and has put on an absolute show. You know, this is the kind of thing you expect to see from the best of the best players in the region. It's a shame he has this team on high who's been able to hold it, essentially from 50-50. Sai, Brassa, and Risker have done a great job of holding it nonetheless. But now, it's going to be up to see if they can sort of close off this game. SLQ's still in this one, Kaizen as well with him. Slovia as well down there, so it seems like that trio's got things sorted. And then now what seems to be a 3v3, Stitchy has been taken out finally. It's going to be height versus low here. And you would say height has the advantage, but they're not really being too proactive, and that's where you start to fear. Will SLQ, Slovia, will they be able to make a play? It seems like these players going down now on both sides. Sai does have the HP advantage, it seems, against Kaizen. He's running away, trying to survive as long as he can. And yeah, it looks like he'll be able to take it up. and he does win the game because Kaizen goes down.
Where first moving zone closes, maybe even look for some little refreshes if you see the opportunity to just drop an opponent, or maybe even secure high ground if you see that the players aren't being too aware. But now, if you're already in half and half zone, just look for little tags, look for maybe eliminations. But if you're not, you got to be careful, because if you make a mistake while rotating and you get the whole lobby just raining onto you, applying that pressure, you might get eliminated there, even if you have a lot of materials and health to work with.
You can see now, Boomtar, who we were just bigging up earlier, ends up going down. And so he's out of the game, which is unfortunate. Maybe a bit of caster curse in there, maybe not. Regardless though, now we can see the zone does pull, and so the lobby will pull with it. Many players looking to make their way in. Freemock, 97 default, you see they've set themselves up in a way in which they, they're looking at these angles, looking for opportunities where they can pick up these eliminations, and also looking at opportunities where they can, overcome the high ground team there. We can see Bright's team way up there. They've managed to claim height for themselves, and Freemock looking to break it out if he can. And maybe a backside height take will play out, because it looks like default has gone up. And I think Freemock might look to follow him. And so, yeah, it looks like they want to fight for height here.
They also have chilies, chili peppers in their inventory, and that can be huge for taking high ground. You can pop a chili pepper, you can go straight up very quickly, and it seems like Freemock actually found an elimination there on one of the opponents who previously had high ground, and they've done it. Levin, they've secured high ground now with the retake, and this is an amazing position to be here, especially just as first moving is closing, and it continues to close further. So they're just going to keep tarping on this high ground, look for eliminations, and see if they can maintain it for the rest of this match.
Yeah, great stuff there from them. That high take was pretty standard from them, and so now it's going to be about just being able to sort of close out the rest of the lobby here. Really just look to pick up any sort of eliminations you can as things sort of break out below. It'll be interesting to see. You can see Sean VP, Squint, and Remix playing that front side low ground. Can they sort of pick up any eliminations? You can see a couple players just lurking behind them, and so whether they spot that out and look to capitalize remains to be seen. But definitely sort of just playing out how you'd expect it to. The high ground team not having to do much work here. It doesn't look like anyone's sort of trying to contest them or take away from them, and so now it's about them getting proactive. You can see Freemock maybe being a bit too proactive. He doesn't want to cost this game for his team, but he definitely does want to pick up as many eliminations as possible.
Absolutely. He knows how rewarding eliminations are in this format. So even though he has the high ground, he's trying to find these players that are coming in from the zone without a lot of health to work with. And that's exactly what we just saw him do. Secures one, secures two eliminations, doing an amazing job. But be careful. Don't get too ahead of yourself here, Freemock, because you still have to get that victory, that win, to secure as many points as possible. So get those elims, but don't overextend. Don't play it too risky. We saw Tayson's True actually do that in the previous Cash Cup Extra, and it cost them their first match. Not just Tayson, but the whole trio played a little too aggressive. So Freemock doing a great job of playing aggressive when he needs to, but also playing passive when he needs to. Great shot again.
Some great stuff here. You can see he's looking for more as well. He's not done yet, and rightfully so. He's on fire right now, connecting with every single shot possible, and so many players just sort of gathered down below. You can see he picks up another one at ease. It looks like he's in an aim trainer right now, just hitting shots, strength to strength, it seems. He doesn't get boxed in, which is some great awareness from him there. Pops the pepper and looks to pick up some more elimination. 97 default's gone down, but it doesn't matter because Freemock is going off. He's picking up shot after shot after shot. He's going to have time to use the big pot as well now. With 3 teams remaining in the lobby, the whole elimination feed is just filled with Freemock, and that's not going to stop anytime soon, it seems, because he's dropped down. He's hit a nice shot onto Sean, and looking to hit another nice shot here. Needs to make sure that they don't lose high ground control.
Freemock is playing this phenomenally, Levin. He is doing an amazing job of securing eliminations, but also staying alive. I don't even know how many eliminations Freemock has picked up, but he has 9 eliminations from Freemock, securing the victory royale.
What do you know, Wolfie? Whoa, we're talking 1 point ahead of Hen, Janice, and Chapix as well, who are, FNCS champions. They had a bad first game, but look at that. I mean, 1 point in this level. This is incredible. We didn't see this coming.
Yeah, of course, it's going to be fine margins at this stage in the competition. And I think